Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new, hi, my name is Madison. I am a labor and delivery nurse, and here on this channel I have been sharing my entire nursing experience. So today I'm just coming on to be open with you guys. I've been wanting to do like just a sit down talk update, give you guys literally kind of just the rundown of this past year, and I'm hoping that it will make us closer, and this is me like coming back to YouTube and hopefully being more regular and consistent. This year's been pretty tough for me, so it's just been like such a huge adjustment. Before I kind of get into everything, if you guys are interested, I also have Instagram and TikTok, which I will put right here and also down below. All right, you guys, so we'll take it back from the beginning, like from when I started as a nurse. But first I just wanted to say that I just turned 24 a couple days ago on April 13th. What the heck? It's so crazy. It just feels so like, I don't know. I mean, it feels the same, but like 24. It's like so crazy. So yeah, and then I was also able to go to Siesta Key, Florida with my family. It was my little brother Xander's spring break, and it was so needed because work has been really hard for me lately. If you guys are new, I started my labor and delivery position. I think my first day as like an RN on the floor was March 13th, 2022. And so I just hit my 1 year a little over a month ago as a registered nurse, which is crazy. So I'm no longer a new grad nurse. I think somebody commented, I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I now? Maybe someone said I'm like a novice nurse, which means like a new nurse. Am I saying it right? Novice? It's just so crazy that it's already been a year, and I just finished like the last step of my OB residency, which means I am now a clinical nurse 2, and there is at my hospital 4 levels, so you're either clinical nurse 1, 2, 3, or 4, and I think the third one you have to be part of like a committee and like do like research and projects and stuff. I've got way too much going on right now, so I do not have time to do that. Maybe eventually, but yeah, so I'm a clinical nurse 2, and then so I got like a tiny pay increase, as well as after like each year I do get also a pay increase at work. I think it was like super minimal, like cents, but hey, I'll take it. And yeah, so I just finished that. So like my OB residency is classes that I have to take specific to me being an obstetric nurse, and the classes are 3 hours once a month, and we go over certain topics like OB hemorrhage, shoulder dystocia, all about lactation, fetal monitoring, malignant hyperthermia, so much stuff. And I just did the 8-hour introduction to, or I think it's intermediate fetal monitoring. I hit an 8-hour class, and that lasted like the full 8 hours. It was like a super jam-packed day, but I learned so much. And that was just, I think like April 4th I took that, and that was like my last like little hoorah class for me to be a clinical nurse 2, which I'm just so proud of myself. And then I took like my stable class, which is like stabilizing infants before we like ship them off, because we do have a NICU at my hospital, but it's like a transitional NICU nursery kind of thing. It's not like super serious, so if they needed to go, like normally they'll go downtown if we have to ship them if it's like a serious issue. So along with lots of like education like throughout my first year of learning, which I think that is so cool about nursing, is it's seriously like, it really is continuing education. And all of like these little classes and stuff that I do, I'm still trying to get a better understanding of everything because I'm still learning. But I have to renew my RN license. I think it's in October, and the way you like renew your license, based on like what I've heard, you have to have like a certain amount of CCU hours, which is like your continuing education hours. So when you go on work day and you have to do all those modules, like that counts towards it as well. But I think I have like so many hours because I had like my stable class, I had my neonatal resuscitation class within the past year, I just did my 8-hour fetal monitoring. So I have like a lot of hours, but I want to like print everything so I can get it organized and stuff for October, so I just have everything together. But anyway, lots of learning, which has been great. I also finished my nurse residency, which is like for new nurses. It's like an online thing for a couple months. I think I had to meet, maybe 6 or 7 months, maybe once a month online, and it was like an hour and a half long. So I have my OB residency and my nurse residency, and the nurse residency is for like new nurses. OB residency is for like any nurse who comes up on the floor and is like an OB, if that makes sense. Moving on more to like, I guess, the not so happy fun stuff. I have really, I was gonna go through and like put clips in here of like every time I said I was in a funk this past year and all my vlogs, but I think it's like everyone, so you could probably just go watch and I'll say it. But I really have been in a funk, and I thought it was like a funk, but I think it was also like a little bit of me being depressed, but me not like really recognizing that it was me being like super depressed, because I was like still working, still doing things, but I really had like no motivation, and I'm still like struggling with that. Just night shift has been a little bit hard for me because I am such a night person. I love staying up late, but I cannot sleep on my days off like during nighttime. Like I will be up until like 5 or 6 a.m. and like everyone in my house is like getting up to like go to school, go to work, whatever, and I'm like, up. Finally I can fall asleep now. So it's been rough because I feel like I haven't done anything but work and sleep and waste my life away this past year, and that's been really hard. And I've been comparing my life to people on social media, thinking like, oh my goodness, like I'm only working like 3 days a week. I mean, sometimes more with the on-call or classes and stuff, and sometimes less with the mandates, the requests, and I'm like, but I'm still not living my life. Like, what is going on? And I've just been so in my head about that, so I want to get better at that. It's just really hard too because I don't have any responsibility outside of work children-wise. Like I don't have kids, so that's like huge, where it's like, oh, I'm just gonna do nothing. But I want to get better at that and live my life more, because I'm gonna get burnt out so quick, and I'm feeling burnt out because that's all I do is work and sleep, and then just hate myself because all I do is sleep. Okay, for example, I work tomorrow night. Okay, Wednesday I have like just like one lone shift. I work Wednesday, I have Thursday off, I work Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Like I will sleep all night tonight. I'll like wake up, maybe mess on my phone a little bit in the morning, and then I'll literally sleep the whole day. So I just love sleep, but I want to get better at that and get more into working out again and just Pilates, yoga, stretching. I want to get like more back into like moving my body and stuff like that. Another thing that has been hard for me is the nurse-doctor relationship, because what the heck, like I cannot stand when people act like they are better than others based on their degree, whatever their job is. I don't give a shit who you are, what you do. I don't care. I'm gonna treat you with the same respect. I literally said this in my video when I was like a PCNA like years ago. Okay, not years ago, maybe like 3 or 4, and whatever video I posted. I don't care if you are like the top head of the doctor or like head doctor, surgeon of the entire hospital. If you're a nurse, you're housekeeping, you are an LPN, respiratory therapy, literally anything, I do not care. I'm going to treat you the same as I would treat someone who owns the hospital. And I cannot stand when people like are just so degrading towards nurses and other like staff. I hate that, and then I cannot put up with it. And I feel like I have gained a little bit of a backbone, a little bit. I haven't, like, I stood up to myself one time, and it was actually to a pediatrician because she was being so rude to me. Like I'm not even get into it, but, and I was like shocked. Everyone was like, and I was like, did I just stand up for myself? I was so proud of myself, and that has given me the courage to be able to stand up for myself if I'm put in another situation. I still continuously get disrespected at work by some doctors, but that's just literally how they are, and it's embarrassing and disgusting on their part. So I'm getting better at not letting how like people treat me. Like half the time it's not me, it's them, because I've done nothing wrong. I'm just being a good, caring, kind, attentive nurse. And yeah, something else that has been really hard, I feel like I've just been getting a lot of like really like tough assignments and some shitty situations, and I feel like a lot of the situations that I work in are not ideal situations. By that I mean just the population, and like I just like feel really bad for my patients most of the time, and I feel like going into this and like the idea of birth and everything, you think it's this beautiful magical experience, and sometimes it's not always that, even though we may wish that we want it to be that way. sometimes these poor moms come in and they have no support person. So like as the nurse, you're their support person. You are their go-to person. You're there throughout the whole process, not only to help them and guide them through the labor process, but to be their, literally their only source of support and guidance. And I think that's really hard for me sometimes, because I just like hurt so bad for these patients. I'm like, you're going through something where you are probably the most vulnerable that you will ever be, and you're doing it alone. So that really breaks my heart, and just like sad situations. And I had a patient whose baby passed not too long ago, and this really has affected me. And we have like I work at a Catholic hospital, and it was such a beautiful moment when we had this lady come in and she just prayed with all the staff who worked that night, and my coworkers were just holding me. I was like crying. There was like a point where I told them, I was like, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom, and I literally went back to the locker room and I just like fell to the ground and I was crying. And my one friend was like, she had stayed over to help, but she was leaving, so she like came in to grab her stuff, and I was just on the floor and she was just holding me. And it actually happened right before I left for spring break with my family, and I was having like just dreams, like really bad, horrific dreams, and I think I was experiencing a little bit of like PTSD and just with everything that happened. And so I woke up, like I think it was like my first night of vacation, just like shaking. I was covered in sweat, and I just like got up, I got my journal, my headphones, and I just went out to the beach. And I used my trip to really just connect with God and my faith, and I just needed that break from reality so much. Even if it was only for a couple days, I really needed it, because work has been so tough. And I feel like people think that it's, you get to hold babies all day, and it's not that. It is like something can go wrong in a matter of seconds and you have to act, and it is so scary. Like there's so many times where I'm just like shitting my pants at work. I'm like, oh my god, like I'm on edge. And something else that stresses me out that you guys know is just like going back to the OR for C-sections. I think there was like within a matter of 2 weeks, like 4 times in 2 weeks, I had gotten called in on my on-call or something to scrub sections. I was like such a hot mess. I was so anxious. I was crying. I was literally like I was like, oh my gosh, like I literally want to quit. And I'm so happy I didn't, but I was able to like work through that. But the C-section stressed me out, because again, on night shift, anytime we go back to the OR, it's either for an unscheduled C-section, and what that means is obviously it's not scheduled and we do have to go back. It's not an emergency, but like we should probably get things moving to go back. And then there's also emergency C-sections where we're like, I mean, like we have like decision to incision, which means we have less than 30 minutes when we make the decision to go back for a section from when we're back there and they do the incision to get baby out. And it is just so stressful, and it's just a lot of pressure. And I knew that like going in to like nursing, obviously you have lives in your hand, it's a lot of pressure, but until you're in that position and you have, you know, your patient like who's just relying on you and you are their safe space, it's a lot of pressure. And sometimes I'm just like, oh my gosh, am I I'm just like, oh my goodness, like little Maddie, like I'm taking on all this. And it's just like, I know I can do it, but it is a lot. It is a lot. And I just need to also switch my mindset about work, because it's been so negative, and just because I've been in that funk, it's just like a downward spiral. And I notice like if I get a little bit ready, or I just go in with a better mindset, my shift does go so much better. And I cannot say enough good things about the nurses that I work with, especially on nights. I love everyone on days too, and I miss them, because I trained I think like 14 or 15 weeks on days like this time last year with my preceptor Tracy, who I love her so much. But the teamwork on nights, like I love my coworkers so much, like, and I know that is like, so it's hard to find where you vibe with like 99% of the people that you work with, nurse wise, not doctor wise. I have made such amazing friends, and it just, like, I know everything is like happening for a reason, how it's supposed to, and I know all these obstacles that I've gone through, all these bad shifts, all of these like hard days where you just come home and you're crying, or you're just so exhausted that you can't even like tell your family about your day, or where you just drive home in silence. Like, but I know it's all worth it, and I know it is all bettering me. And like, I was talking to my mom when I woke up that morning. She was like already down at the beach, and I was talking to her. I was like having a little bit of a breakdown, and she's like, all of this is like preparing you for what you're gonna do someday. And like, I have such a passion for helping others, obviously, and teaching and stuff, and I would love to teach. And so my mom's like, these are horrible circumstances you have to go through, but such good experiences, so you're able to help and teach people and guide them through certain situations that are just, you know, so horrific and hard. But when you have someone who's in your corner who's been through that to support you and guide you and walk you through it, like how my coworkers did for me, I would love to be able to do that for others someday as well. A couple little like other updates is I got a lot of questions. I posted like a pic on my story. I was like studying for my fetal monitoring class, and I was taking notes, and I was in the zone, and it was just so interesting. Posted a picture on my Instagram, and a lot of you are asking me if I was like back in school yet, what I was studying for, and I am not back in school yet. You guys, it has been a process, which I did not even realize, specifically because I am getting my bachelor's through Ohio University. If you guys do not know, I was in the Athens campus at the like Ohio University from August 2017 to February 2018. I left on a medical withdrawal, so my entire account is like locked on medical withdrawal. So my application and everything said complete for 2 months, and then all of a sudden it puts like a lock on my thing, and I'm like, what the heck? Like, I'm like waiting for like a response. So I've been in contact with like the dean and everyone, and like they need, since it was a medical withdrawal, I need like proof that I'm like able to like medically return. Even though it's online, I'm like, do I have to go through all this even if like I came home, I finished college, I got my associate's degree, I'm an RN, I've worked for a year like as a nurse, like clearly I am made. And they're like, yep, sorry, we need that. So I did my part, and I'm like waiting for my therapist to like fill out her thing, but she's been like out of town off and on. I don't even know, it's such a mess. I'm waiting for that, so hopefully that'll happen like very soon, to start my bachelor's, so I can just get that done and out of the way, and then hopefully I will be able to start teaching clinical at my hospital. I would really like to do that around like this time next year, and that would be like so cool. So I would really love to do that. And then also moving wise, in a couple vlogs back, I think I was like looking at an apartment, condo, whatever, and we actually changed our mind. We're still doing like something like that, me and Allie, but we're just waiting for the new condos to be built. So as soon as they're done and ready to move in, we will be moving into them, but they're still like being put up. The plan was for them to be done like May, maybe April, like now, but they're not, and that's okay. Me and Allie are like, okay, we need like, that's okay. Like, our lives are pretty crazy and hectic right now, so it'll be nice maybe when things slow down, when she's done with school, like teaching. This is her last year. She just graduated with her master's too in February. She's amazing, and she walks in May from Youngstown, so I'm so excited for her. I guess like the reason I've been so not consistent with YouTube, not only is it like the lack of motivation that I've just had in my life, but I just feel like if I talk in my videos, I'm like, are people even watching these? Like, do people like to listen to me talk? Like, would you guys want me to be more like talk more? Because y'all know I can talk, I love talking. But I'm like, am I boring? Am I annoying? Like, do people like to listen to me talk? Like, would you rather have me like talk through things instead of put music over it and like a montage? Like, what do you guys like? And also, I have been wanting to do a podcast for the longest time now. I started like a Monday mornings with Madi series. I think I only did like 2 or 3 videos, but I was like really wanting to like switch that into like some sort of podcast, doing like a podcast with Allison, my twin sister. If you guys would be interested in that, let me know. We definitely have some stuff in the works. If you guys are interested in that, definitely let me know. I'm just trying to still just adjust to this work life and this nursing life, and like reflecting back, I have just learned so much. Like I can't believe, like, if like I could watch myself now, like just like watch myself on a TV, like what I do at work, like me last year, I'd been like, oh my god, how do I know how to do that? Or I'm doing that all on my own. Like it's crazy. I'm still working, I'm still learning every day. IVs still stress me out. I don't know if it's because I like suck or because we use 18 gauge IVs and they're huge, and I feel like my baby or my little like patients have such tiny little like the diameter of their veins are just, they're so tiny. I feel like I always blow through it, but I gotta do better at that. And my vaginal exams too, they still like make me nervous, because sometimes you like feel in there, you're like, oh my god, I don't even know what I'm feeling. So I still need to work on those and IVs. I also just need to have more confidence in myself, and my charge nurse tells me that all the time, and I think I really do lack the confidence in my ability as a nurse, but I need to get better at that because I know I take good care of my patients, but I always like second guess myself, and I just need to not do that and just think, no, like I know what I'm doing, I got this, and I need to give myself more credit because I am an amazing nurse. And if you're a nurse and you're watching this, you are an amazing nurse too. We all need to give ourselves way more credit. If you're a nursing student or an aide or anything, you're doing such an amazing job. It is tough, it is hard, but it is all going to be worth it because it's all going to pay off. You guys, something exciting. I'm going to the Drake concert. What the heck? I'm going to see Drake in concert at Madison Square Garden, which is so crazy. Me and one of my best friends and my sister are going. So the three of us are going to New York and we're gonna see Madison Square Garden, which is crazy. So I need to, if you guys have like good recommendations for like outfits, like we need to pop off at the Drake concert, okay? I don't know how, but we have to, okay? So yeah, I would really love if you guys sent me recommendations of videos you want to see, or any questions that you have that I didn't answer in this video, anything like that. Please let me know. I want to answer them and just get more like connected with you guys again, because I miss you and you guys mean so much to me. It's literally crazy, and I'm so happy to be back. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and got a little bit more insight into how I've been feeling, and I just want to be like more open with you guys. You guys know for the most part I'm pretty real. I love, you know, making things look cute and fun and cute accessories to work, and you know, but sometimes it's hard and social media isn't real, and we have bad days and we have good days, but I just want you guys to know that I am here for you guys. And nursing's hard, but it is such an amazing field to get into, and I love labor and delivery. I am just so blessed and honored that I got this job right out of graduating college, and I'm just really blessed, and I need to remind myself how blessed I am when I go into work sometimes and I'm like, oh, I don't want to work. It's like, yes, but these patients need you, and you could be working at like a job you absolutely hate or in a floor you absolutely hate with people who are like mean. So yeah, but anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling, but I love you guys so much. You mean the absolute world to me, and yeah, I love you guys forever, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.